and welcome back to another episode of Average Goats. I'm Pappy. This is Season 1, Episode 6. I'm here with the Hanger Brothers. How are we doing today?
It's very good.
Postmasters talk, so...
It is the Postmaster recap. What did you guys think? Were you as excited as we were last week when it was all said and done?
No, not really. It was kind of boring. I was hoping for Schauffele to really come in and finish it out strong, and unfortunately on hole 16 it just kind of all fell apart for him, obviously, as everybody knows. Hideki, that's great that he won. First male Japanese winner of the Masters. So that's pretty cool, but...
I thought it was a real doozy.
Really?
I thought it was a little lackluster. I'm not the biggest Justin Rose fan, but I became a bigger Justin Rose fan during the event just because he struggled lately, and he had a great day one, obviously, but he still had a lot of fun from what it appeared on TV throughout the tournament. And good for Hideki. I don't have any issues with Hideki. I think he's a great player. But I was really looking for some more excitement out of some other guys that were in contention that just didn't seem to show up. I mean, they had a good stretch of holes. Xander had a good stretch of holes there. 4 birdies in a row before 16. Spieth got off to a shaky start, then came back. But it just wasn't, it wasn't there. And Xander, I'm a big Xander fan. I bet him often on FanDuel. But 16, come on, man. And he says after the round, I hit a good shot, played well, I can't be disappointed. I'm just thinking to myself, you know what? Tiger Woods would not say any of this shit. He'd be fuming right now. And he probably wouldn't even talk to the press.
Wouldn't even did an interview.
And then you would have buried him for not talking to the press afterwards.
Yeah, for sure. But a triple bogey there
have your cake
just wiped him out. And it's like, come on, Xander, just hit the green, make a par, make par 17, par 18, and see what Hideki does.
I mean, Club Pro guy showed everybody how to do it on the 12th hole. So that's all he had to do is on 16 was just put it in the middle of the green. The ball feeds to the hole.
You need to be pinned higher, a little past it, and let it roll back down.
Yeah, if you get stuck up top, like it happened to a few guys,
we've all seen it.
Learn how to two-putt.
Watched the reruns. We've all played the video game. I mean,
I was disappointed too that DJ missed the cut. That's always disappointing.
It was like a who's who of missed the cut. So did Rory.
It was, yeah. Rory's swing is...
He's gone.
Oh, my God.
He's off the map right now, no?
He's struggling.
I think so. It's a good thing he had a kid to keep himself occupied and busy right now, because his golf game, he needs to take maybe 2 weeks off and take up fishing.
Even Brando was pointing out that he's got some changes in his swing that just
aren't good. Yeah.
But I think going back to the entire start of the week, start of the tournament on Thursday, the rain on Friday just completely took out the excitement, I think, for me in the whole tournament. Kind of just made everything soft, made everything sticky. Putts weren't rolling out as much as they seemed to be on Thursday, because the stroke average on Thursday was like 74 point something, which I think was...
Well, the rain Saturday? Saturday. Rain on Saturday?
Wasn't it Friday?
No, Saturday. Yeah.
Okay. But anyways, it just took the whole excitement out of the tournament.
Well, they showed a stat before the rain. The players were like plus 27, I think, as collectively. Post-rain, it was like minus whatever. It was like insane, the difference, and just shows even a little bit softer, those guys are just, let's rock and fire,
Right. I think if there was a place, though, we talked about it last week with the sub-air, they could have sucked the moisture out of it. I'll tell you from the get-go, when I got home, I kind of saw some stuff on my phone while at work and that, but when I got home and I actually saw it on TV, and I called them like cheetah print with all the brown patches. The Masters from the get-go just did not feel like the Masters for me. It was kind of it was almost like a slow death of 1,000 cuts all weekend long for me.
Yeah.
And it's nothing against Matsuyama, like you guys said. It's actually a really great story. I'll get into some more of that later on, but I'm trying to still sit here now, several days later, and you guys tell me your thought. There's always that Masters moment, right? That moment, Phil from the Pine Straws, or Tiger's chip, or there's that shot, or there's that moment, just something for the whole entire tournament. Bubba with the crazy hook. It doesn't have to be Norman falling down when he's collapsing, and Norman watching Mize chipping on Mize collapsing, and 86 Norman looking dumbfounded as Jack goes up the leaderboard.
Norman fan,
Yeah, actually, I am. But
so are the ladies.
whoa, by cracky. So what is your Masters moment if you were, okay, 2020, we're going to put it to bed. What is your one Masters moment? Exactly.
Yeah, that's
I would say
tough.
I'd say it's actually the Masters moment for me was I saw it yesterday or maybe this morning was DJ's comment of saying I won 2 awards. I'm the shortest Masters champion and I'm also the tallest Masters champion ever.
But that's your Masters moment.
Yeah, play-wise, there was nothing exciting. Maybe Will Zalatoris.
That was fun to watch.
Maybe watching him like kind of stay where he was, because everybody was obviously expecting him just to fall off.
Breaking news.
Yeah, I didn't. Where'd that come from?
Everyone was expecting him just to fall off at some point in time, just succumbing to the pressure. And the whole Xander thing, it was really exciting up until the 16th.
He plays great at Augusta, and then it's just like, come on, wait, hit the green.
So, but and I mean Jordan,
He's still over there.
I'm pissed off.
the most
I like Xander.
I know.
But you know what moments, these are stupid moments, because it's
Right.
not even like crazy golf shots.
You either seize the moment or the moment seizes you. Tin Cup, come on.
It's not even crazy golf shots.
Defining.
Yeah, defining moment.
You know,
Defining moment.
Hideki's caddy bowing at
To the
the
cup.
end.
That was cool.
I thought that was
That was
badass.
Roy McAvoy, West Texas.
Really cool. Justin Rose, again, having fun, different moments. His little swivel of the hips when he had the little whirly board around the cup there on the putt. Just weird shit.
no Masters
golf.
moment.
No,
We're all agreement.
other than that, Bryson DeChambeau
I
not
was
showing
about
up
to say
again.
it. Par 67, he didn't even come close.
Guy can't break 70 there.
I'm telling you right now, if you put me on the bag with Bryson at Augusta, he'll break 70 the first round. We're partnered together.
Yeah,
You just got to tell, no, you're not hitting this club here.
Yeah, for sure.
There's no reason on like a hole like number 7. There's no reason for him to hit driver.
So Joel and I talked about this exact same thing, that I think his strategy at Augusta is almost backwards, because he's trying to like bomb and gouge it, right? And it's almost like, well, then you're putting yourself in some really awkward spots into those greens where if you don't put it in the right place or you miss the green, you're screwed.
Right. Like the 10th hole at Augusta. I don't need you to hit the big bomb like you did at the Arnold Palmer. I need you to hit your 3-wood downer or driving iron down
Which
there.
goes as
Catch
far
the
as
hill.
most guys drive.
He's going to catch the hill and run down there. He does some stuff that just makes you scratch your head.
Honestly, I was watching a lot of his round on the Masters app and comparison. He played with Corey Connors, I think, one round. And he and Corey Connors were basically almost neck and neck on drives. I mean, there wasn't really that much difference. It almost seems like maybe he can crunch one at times and get it really far down there comparative to the other guys.
But crunching it at Augusta, he doesn't know where the fuck it's going.
No.
Well, and another thing too, like, yeah, he can crunch one, but that's the same theory as, and this is what he's been following for almost a year now, is the long drive guys. Yeah, I got to get 1 of 5 in the grid. That's great. That's not how you become a world-class champion golfer. And I think as this, the time will tell it, but as more and more he plays in the bigger events, the majors and whatnot, will Winged Foot become kind of a one-off? Will he be, a one-hit wonder on something like that as he, goes for this distancing more and more and more? They were talking about it, shaping shots in actual golf. David Duval was talking about it, just watching like a Will Zalatoris or the way Matsuyama's hitting his irons. It was nice to see actual
Shot making.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
I got to hit a draw for this because of my line. Now I'm hitting a fade into this pin. It was, that part of the tournament was fun, but it always is there. My Masters moment, I keep thinking about this and laughing. There just isn't one. And I'm kind of laughing, like when they do the big, montage opening for next year and years to come, it's going to have to be Hideki just on the green with his green jacket on at the post-TV ceremony, because there really wasn't anything else. I thought Saturday afternoon, on that back 9, he grabbed the tournament and just stiff-armed everybody the rest of the week.
His iron play
it was
Saturday after the rain was unbelievable.
It was.
I mean,
That's what kind of sucks. If we didn't get that rain, what would have happened?
True.
I think we would have had our shootout on Sunday, but once he put up a 3-4 shot lead, it was done.
The iron shot he hit on 16 on Saturday was, to that pin, was pretty spectacular.
I agree. But again, The rain.
No, it
So
helps
he was able to
big
slip in the
time.
ship. Correct, yeah.
Now, one of the bigger moments is Gary Player's son being banned.
Wow. Wow.
I was just wanting to go to what golf ball my dad's playing.
I don't even know what type of golf ball it is still.
Encore something.
Encore?
I think, is that Costco's brand?
No, Costco says Kirkland.
Kirkland. Encore is somebody, it used to be somebody and then they left and now they're somebody else.
And you know what's
and now
great?
they're banned.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy about that is, apparently he has two sons, but the other son was dogging the shit out of his brother.
Should have expected
I guess that happens in families from time to time, but
Well,
Yeah,
every
just-
family said it got the jackass, right?
just he said,
I know the one in my family. You guys are looking at him. Which one over here am I looking at in the Hanger family?
he said his brother was in trouble for fraud before, and he shouldn't even be at the course, stuff like that. And it's just like Encore, but who knows?
My nieces and nephews call me uncle instead of asshole.
Uncle asshole.
Coming out of the rain, though, I'll tell you, it was comical, and then it wasn't. And then you're like, oh my God, can someone please figure this out? And then you're like, okay, well, they obviously don't know what happened in front of them. But it was the 3-putting on 13. Papa Top, my friend. It was the 3-putt. Everybody was going for 13 and 2, and they were getting to that back tier right past the pin. And every single one of them was 3-putting, 3-putting.
so slow.
Because it was slow.
Yeah, I mean, I could not believe...
I remember one year, didn't Tiger putt it off the green there into the water?
It was a pin kind of like that one, but it was, yeah.
Maybe closer to the...
But he was back towards where like the pin is on Sundays.
Okay.
And then, yeah, he went for the pin and then went down into the tributary to Rays Creek.
I mean,
yeah.
Siwoo Kim did that on 15, right? And had to putt the rest of the way out with his 3-wood.
Yeah.
And then Justin Thomas just implodes on Saturday. And
What in the fuck?
I don't know. I didn't get that. And Jordan Spieth was my pick, and it just seemed like he ran out of gas.
I mean, he birdied 10 all 4 days in a row.
That's
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
That's
And
impressive.
you would think you would take
One
that.
of those he chipped in, obviously, but...
One of those better than Red
Still
Team.
birdie,
That's
obviously.
impressive.
I just it just seems like he's tired from the whole chase back to winning. Yeah, he's
7 or 8 weeks in a row.
But after this, his interview after Sunday, he's still chasing the swing, happy with the way he played, this and that. And I'm just thinking, man, you legitimately had a chance. Legitimately, I don't think that's a word. You legitimately had a chance and just got off to a horrible start. Bogey 10 or 1, and just bad.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I wish it would have played it like it did on Thursday, all 4 days, I guess.
I think so too. I'm more almost like they kind of on Friday it was almost like
got scared.
They did.
And I think that's what they talked about this morning.
I think they were confused. I thought they thought, okay, we're going to hold the field. There might be a 3 under. Everybody else is going to be, from +1 to -1. And then Justin Rose goes and does that, and they're like, what do we do now? So then a little bit of a panic button happens, and then the jockeying happens on Friday, and then Saturday it was kind of coming to where, honestly, before that rained, it looked like the field, you were going to have 12 to 15 legitimate guys going into Sunday, and then they can go back to their normal Sunday shootout. And
Well, I mean, Phil was hovering right around there at even par, +1, and you were kind of wondering on Saturday, like, man, if he just stays there, maybe if the course stayed the way that it was, he might have a chance.
so I think he got kind of a disservice with the draw. They always talk about the draw there with his tee times. And then he got another one with the rain on Saturday.
breaking news.
There's a silent button on phones.
Well, when it's connected to this, it's on silent.
So Will Zalatoris.
Yeah, I thought Will did a great job. I'd like to see him still, he says,
Happy Gilmore's ex-caddy.
yeah. What do you say? If I'm dumb enough to try to play here, I'm dumb enough to think I can win.
Try and win.
Yep.
And he just didn't show, nerves. I thought he played pretty steady, He can shape the golf ball.
As my one buddy says, Jesus, someone get him a damn cheeseburger.
Yeah, exactly.
He's about, 90 pounds?
But he's still pumping it out there, 3 bills plus.
Absolutely, but Jesus, get him a cheeseburger.
With Pappy style, right?
I think what did him in was he putted really well the first 3 days, and then Sunday he made almost absolutely nothing.
Well, you probably get a little bit more tense when the moment is there, right?
Yeah.
Defining moments.
Hideki missed some putts, too, on the back 9 that, probably makes...
So they say he goes around with an entourage since 10 years ago when he was the low am at Augusta, that he kind of he's the rock star of Japan, male sport athletes, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah. Way to
They try to say on the one. Can't turn your wife into. Oh wait, never mind. So yeah. Oh man. So they say that his publicity and the paparazzi that follow him is 3 times greater of Tiger Woods.
Wow.
At any regular event.
Yeah.
That's what they say, yeah.
I just don't buy that. Can it really be that crazy?
I think it is.
Well, they say that's why he was able to be successful at the Masters this year, because they didn't let any of those people in.
Those people.
His entourage.
Okay.
Thanks for clearing that up.
No, I'm talking about media outlets from Japan.
Yeah,
That's not his entourage.
No, but I don't think they were allowed to come in because of the limited capacity at the Masters.
Okay, so even with
So he didn't have to deal with all the questions of, the pressures and things like that.
I heard over the weekend that because of this win, Hideki will basically turn into a billionaire because he's the only guy in Japan when it comes to golf.
Well, they said Saturday night, if he could keep this, if he can stay together and win the Masters, they foresee him at the Olympics accepting the flame on behalf of Japan in his green jacket.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I heard that too.
How do you keep your shit together going into Sunday knowing all this? I want to win a major for me and my family because this is our dream.
Well, we just learned about the family, though. I mean, that's all new.
What?
Nobody knew he was married until it was like, I got a kid.
He's got a kid too.
Yeah. Hideki.
People knew that.
No,
I don't think it was
he just had the kid recently in the last couple of years.
What is with you and guys that are married and their kid? You're the National Enquirer of Golf News over here. So he wants to win it for himself. Then he's going to be the first Japanese one to win a major. You got all that, and now, by the way, it's an Olympic year. We'll let you wear your green jacket at the Olympic ceremony, and you're going to be some bigwig for the country. I mean, that's kind of crazy pressure for him to perform under and actually pull through. Usually people crumble, like McIlroy when he was going to win at 21 or whatever. That's a Masters moment. He's in between the cottages off of 10 looking, and he loses. Shoots 80-81 on Sunday. So it's kind of crazy. I thought he really... That part of the Masters was kind of cool that he held on and didn't really lose his shit and lose the tournament because of it. But
we were all wanting it to happen.
Well, I don't know that we were wanting. I think we were just wanting.
I would have been okay with Jordan shooting 63 and getting good.
I think we wanted to be tighter.
We all thought on hole 15 when he puts it over the green in the water, we're like, here we go.
When he pumped it,
everybody was.
When he pumped a 4-iron, what felt like a mile.
Yes, it stayed in the air forever.
Yeah. No, I think everybody wanted it to be a little bit tighter going into the end. And it would have if Xander doesn't hit the fucking ball in the water.
And then don't tell me on 18 when he's in the right greenside bunker, Matsuyama, you're like, do something here.
Skull it, put it over the other bunker, and then be worried about flubbing it coming back over that bunker.
We were all thinking about it.
So you're literally over the notebook coming up with 101 ways he could screw this up still.
For the record, I absolutely love
Unfortunately, yes, I was thinking the same shit too.
Flub.
So don't tell me,
I love those terms.
Don't tell me when he had the little 2-foot tap in that you were like, he's not going to pay attention to this. It's going to go by.
No.
His up and down on 18 on Saturday, by the way, was incredible.
On 15, when he hits it over and it goes, we were actually playing dice at this point. I'm like, whatever, it's still on. I'm watching it because I don't miss one, but it's over. And then I'm like, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. We got to take a little time off from the ship captain crew. We got to watch out. See how this happens.
So, not to go back to Xander again, but that bunker shot that he had on 15 damn near goes in. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm like, please go in, and then this is going to get really interesting because he's going to make a bogey at the worst here, right? But Dottie was talking about Hideki making 8 or 9 if he doesn't hit it in the right spot, which I guess could have happened, but I'm thinking, how does he go from bogey to like a 9, Dottie? But
well, because he can go into the pond in front of the green.
Long.
Yeah, that's what she was talking about.
Shane Lowry earlier.
Yeah.
But
so you bring up Dottie Pepper and, fine, whatever. I'm not going to get in, I'm not a big fan of her on commentating.
Add that one to the list, Joel.
But, yeah,
Dottie,
the list is more of a scroll now. But where is my guy Faraday?
he wasn't in coverage.
Correct. He should be in 15 Tower at the Masters every year, not Trevor bleeping Immelman. First off, Trevor, you won the damn thing. Why are you not out there playing?
It doesn't make sense, does it?
He's got a bad back, I think, right? Him and Woosnam?
Tiger Woods won the U.S. Open a freaking double broken leg. Okay? You get to play in the Masters every year. That's part of the purpose of the double stamp.
You can't triple stamp a double stamp.
Why are you not out there at least trying?
No, I totally agree.
You make the cut, you get some money.
We just talked about this last week with these guys that continue
You
to
can't be a
play.
Masters champion telling me during Masters weekend you would rather commentate about them winning. Freaking Jack Nicklaus would be out there playing if he could still right
But
now.
he's like, what, 40, early 40s?
He can't be over 50 yet. We would have saw him in the Champions
No,
Tour.
Immelman's like early 40s.
Has he just lost it?
Even better, we got him over 40.
I think he's like a David Duval and just lost it.
No, I mean, swing, yeah, but he's got...
I'll be honest, David
back
Duval
problems, I
deserved to
think.
win that tournament one
I
year.
agree.
Him and Ells are kind of on my list of people that should have won it. Obviously, Greg
Duval.
Norman, but Duval had so many close encounters there.
Yeah. I like Duval.
But where is David Ferry?
How about Woosnam?
Did CBS not renew his contract?
Don't bring him up.
Woosnam? You don't want to get started?
The quitter, non-quitter. When is your last year going to be?
I know.
Unreal.
And he says, "Oh, I finished on one leg." Like, okay, we don't want to hear it. Like, you
Talked about a guy who lucked into a green jacket. He didn't win it. The other guy lost it. Jerk. Oh, I can't stand that guy. I don't know what it is.
either play or just don't play. But we don't care about you finish on one leg. You're not Tiger winning a...
No.
Right? Like you said,
No, you
double
quit.
broken.
You quit. And then you came back.
Yeah.
But I don't know where Ferdy was. Maybe he had some scheduled time.
I
off.
kind of looked into
Weird trying to schedule time off.
Yeah, I kind of looked into it, and it was like they said he stopped announcing it several years ago. I don't remember him in November there either, though. But something's been going on with him because they took a show off the air when they moved the station from Florida to.
Yeah, it's all
I don't like it.
backwards.
It's too corporate-y now.
I still don't understand that.
It's all reruns.
Well, but how do you get rid of the and I'm not an Arnold Palmer fan, we know that, but how do you get rid of Arnold Palmer's studio
I don't
in
know.
Florida and move it up to Connecticut?
I still don't understand that move. Why would you go from Florida to Connecticut?
You make enough money at the Golf Channel, you don't have to save on the studio
Why?
fees or whatever it takes to
Yeah.
keep it open, right?
And you're in a place that you can hit a golf ball.
Yeah.
You're in a place.
freaking sea.
You're in a place you can hit a golf ball year round. And you go to Connecticut,
Correct.
where you get what,
And you're on
4 or
this-
5 months you can't hit a
Well,
golf
not
ball.
only that, but they said in the one episode they're sharing the stage for their morning show with the NFL, the Sunday Night Football stage.
Times are tough.
Obviously not. They have the Peacock Network. Huh?
Yeah.
So,
All right, two last Masters bits
Yeah.
that I picked up over the weekend, which is probably more exciting than some of the golf.
Did you really find out that pimento is the little red part of the olive?
I did not.
I didn't know if you learned that this week.
But read a little blurb about media being able to play with their lottery after they get to play the Monday after. So they asked them a bunch of questions, what it's like to play there. And my takeaway from that was they don't allow you to show up early for your tee time. You get an hour before your tee time. You can't get in the property any earlier. You can't go down Magnolia Lane 30 seconds early. One of the guys was like, I was jacked to be there, all this stuff, and he's like, I got there at 9:28, and a Georgia State Trooper comes out and says, "Oh, you're early." He had to sit there for 2 minutes before he could drive down Magnolia Lane.
Mm-hmm.
That is wild to me.
Well, no, because like he said, you'd have them there at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Well-
They would take a nap in the locker room on the bench.
I understand that.
They would hit a billion
That'll be the rest of us every
Yeah.
day.
2 minutes, like you're like, okay, just go. No,
There'd
they
be
don't
no-
allow it. You
there'd
gotta
be
sit
no
there
room
and then you
to
go.
left.
Yeah. And then
Hitting wedge shots into the practice.
They have to be like that.
the other part was, I heard this.
Real quick though, hold on a second. Why is this? See, being on the golf management side, this kind of grinds my gears. Why is that so hard? If you show up at Walgreens and the sign says 8 o'clock and you're there at 7:58, do you expect the door to slide open?
Valid point.
Okay.
Prescriptions and Magnolia Lane. The other one was, it was another podcast that hopefully we'll compete with one day, but they were talking about, they had 2 email accounts validating this story, but there was somebody that got an opportunity to play there and hit an ace, had a hole-in-one. I don't remember which hole it was exactly, but so they were able to take some photos or something because he had a hole-in-one. And Augusta, after the fact, was like, you know what? Let us take those photos. We're going to have something put together for you. They ended up shipping him. I don't remember how long it was later. A painting of the photo, and said basically, if you want to keep this painting, it's $50,000. And the guy's like, you know, I thought about it, and I talked to some friends, and he's like, $50,000 is a lot of money, right? But he's like, I felt like I had to, so he turned around and was like, all right, you know, here's $50,000. They turned around and said, well, we'd like to invite you to be a member. If that painting means that much to you, then clearly Augusta does, and we'd like for you to be a member.
That'd be awesome. What the hell, Pappy? We got to do this.
For real?
For real. This podcast said they had multiple people email them validating that story is accurate.
But you don't know who the member is.
No, I have no clue. They wouldn't give any specifics on those types of things.
Well, that's interesting. I'm listening to a book right now about Tiger Woods and
It's about
his comeback. But it was kind of cool. It was
which one?
It's what is it? Second Tiger, I think it's called, something like that. So
I was talking about which comeback.
Oh, well, it's the one from his
Knee surgery?
his Buddhism. 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 Yeah. So it's when he goes there and he does really good. But there's a story in there about how even him, who had won it X amount of times at the time, he had to be met at the airport by a member, an actual member, because he's an honorary member for winning it.
Right.
So they pick you up in the van, and when he stayed in a cottage out there, the member has to stay in the cottage with you.
Just so you don't do anything
Who
while
knows?
you're on property.
Who knows? So you have this member staying with him, and it's him, and it's Stevie Williams at the time, and it's I think it might have been Hank Haney before that whole thing breaks apart. So it's pretty interesting that they go to that length. I mean, the guy had won it at least, 3 times at that point?
It actually might have been Sean Foley at that time.
No, I don't think so.
No, I think it was, no, he was still with, what's his name?
Yeah.
They broke up after that Masters. But so leading into that, he had to stay with a member in a cottage. Kind of weird.
Yeah, that's wild.
I thought it was pretty crazy to see that most of these guys that are playing on tour got to play Augusta when they were like in college with a member, which is like,
So
how the heck do you get to do that? How do you know?
So I read it, not to keep dragging on the Masters combo, but there was another article this weekend about, how do you get the chance to play Augusta? And basically was you won't because one of your better opportunities is to be in the media and win the lottery or play college golf or be on the tour and play. They say you'll never get an invite to be a member. Likely you'll never run into or know a member to get invited to play out there. So you got to be media. A lot of college golfers get a chance to play there, I guess, and be on the tour.
Or know someone that gets a job there.
Yes, or be
They're allowed like 4 guests a year, something stupid low.
Be employed there or a caddy. Caddies get a day too.
That would be the job.
Yeah.
Caddy it up.
Caddy day.
Caddy day.
I probably have to slim down a little bit.
So do they allow their caddies to play on Mondays out there? Just write this down in my notebook real quick. So
And
now
also, Tiger not being there is another thing that probably didn't excite it.
Downer.
I mean, who doesn't love Monday through Wednesday watching Tiger hit balls in the range and everybody talk about him, and then even if he doesn't make the cut, Thursday, Friday, just Tiger.
I don't know. I think you find out more about other golfers now because it isn't, hey, Tiger just ate his breakfast.
Yeah, but we all found it disappointing.
Hey, Tiger just went to the porta potty and took a shit. I don't need that all day long, every tournament.
I do.
You do?
I do too.
Really?
I think the ratings
Wow.
do too.
I'm a big Tiger. We're a big Tiger.
I get that, but I like to hear about these other golfers. There's 80 some other guys there. I don't need to hear about Ian Woosnam. I agree with that. So,
All right.
so they throw the clubs in the trunk and they drive north to a little place called Harbor Town.
Yep.
And look at this. Michael has this from his trip out there. It's a lot better than that green neon mesh shack they had at Augusta National. What a dump.
For sure.
And so you stole that off the driving range too when you were there?
Did not steal it, actually. As tempting as that was to get my hands on, because the range, all the balls are these in the range. They happen to have one of these inside in the pro shop.
You made a deal?
It had stuff in there, and I said, hey, I'd like to buy that.
Okay.
So the guy's like, let me talk to somebody, and then came back $125. I said, done, let's go.
Wow. Did you get the stuff in there too?
I mean, that would have been cool, but no.
What kind of balls did they have in their driving range? I'm interested now.
What do you think they had in there?
Pentas. Tailor-made Pentas.
No,
Pro V1s?
No Pentas, Pro V1s.
Brand new, every single one of them?
Just like Taos Park.
Brand
Pro
new.
V1s.
Wow. Did you sneak a couple Pro V1s in your bag?
No.
You didn't?
No.
Did they say practice on them?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. It's been a few years ago, but most of the time they say practice.
Full disclosure, first time I played Aaron Hills, I loaded up just over 50 brand new tailor-made Pentas in my bag. Not kidding. And then the caddy,
Show's done.
the caddy comes to take my bag, swear to God.
Average goats just got shifted.
He goes, what is this? I go, oh, that's my ring gear. And all of them are tucked behind the ring gear. And he goes, you don't need this shit. It's not going to ring. And he pulls it out, and all these balls come out. And my buddy, who's the pro who set it up, just goes, Pap, are you fucking kidding me? And the caddy goes, don't worry, this isn't the worst I've seen. I didn't see nothing, just remember it at the end of the day. And he zips up the bag. I'm like, thanks. I got about 30 free out of there.
50 nothing.
I got about 30 free Pentas out of there.
That's classic. That was a garbage golf ball, though. Did you like the Penta?
I don't know. Yeah, they were free.
It was free.
They were free. They weren't stuffed.
Did it say Aaron Hills on them?
No, it was in Penta. They were like brand new out of the sleeve. No practice, no Aaron Hill logo. So
apparently you're not taking the
Snag
limited
it
flight
first.
balls from the Ush?
no, I don't even hit those with the Ush. So we go out for the Heritage. Last year it was played in June due to COVID and everything, and they actually played on Bermuda grass. This year they're back on the more conventional overseed for this time of the year down there. And Webb Simpson won it in June. So knowing what you guys know about the Heritage, and I do like the lighthouse, on the water. I like how that finishes up. I like this course, how it's tree tight. You even when you're in the fairway, there might be some trees in your way, so you have to pick the side of the fairway you want to be on and going for the pins. So what do you guys like about this week, and who are you looking forward to this week?
I really like the golf course. I played it once. It was really cool, tight.
He's coming back here, Joel, for telling how you went to the Masters. He's just going to rub it in all day.
I don't remember what I shot exactly, but I believe it was 79, I think. Finished
79.
Finished really well there.
Wait, time out. You don't remember what you shot, but you think it was a 79. If you broke 80 on a pro course, you know what you shot. What did you shoot?
79. The scorecard is probably in here somewhere.
Give me that back. Here, you tell your story. I'll find it. I'll find it.
No, these are all
around.
you scorecards.
But you got a little forward there, man.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll edit that out.
Actually, I guarantee you I got
pervert blur. We'll do a pervert
I guarantee you I got a picture of it somewhere too.
What brought you down there? Business,
It was a
personal?
business trip at the time.
Oh, okay.
But there's a lot of fun holes, and 18 is a doozy, to be honest with you. That
Looks like I need to get my insurance license.
that green is really difficult to hold, to hit from the yardage that you're playing at. And I had a really good drive there. You can check it out on our Average Goats TikTok feed. But
You uploaded it? You uploaded the drive from that hole?
Oh yeah,
Nice.
A year ago, probably.
upload. Yeah. I played there.
Can we re-upload it so it's fresh?
Yeah.
We can share it on our Facebook page.
Yeah, let's share
I
it.
also shared, there's a TikTok video of an old friend of ours trying to drive on that hole. His game isn't quite up to...
Try to drive the hole?
No, not drive the hole. Just his drive on the hole.
Oh, okay.
But his game's not suited for that forced carry that you have to have there, so it's quite entertaining. But
I'm impressed with the 79. Did you guys play it at like the tour yardage or?
No.
no, definitely
Short
not the
porch?
back.
Okay.
It wasn't short, but it wasn't the back. I actually almost had an ace there, too.
From what? yards?
No. It was a 7-iron. I'll look up the hole.
All right.
I like the course because you see a lot of irons hit off the tees. You see a lot of
Strategic.
a lot of shot shaping. Like you said, you got to place yourself on sides or you get blocked out by low-hanging tree limbs. So
It was hole 7. Tour looks like they got it at 195. So we probably played it somewhere between 175 and there.
Nice.
But bounced up at the stick and then didn't drop.
Went in?
No,
Oh.
it didn't drop.
Yeah.
Almost, I said.
Oh.
Which doesn't mean shit, right?
and choose a north. Hand grenades.
The ninth hole's cool there. The shot that Daly hit years ago when he hit the big cut over the trees onto the green. That's a short, drivable hole right back to the clubhouse. It's a pretty cool hole. Don't want to be in any of those bunkers around the green because it's hard to hold the green after that.
Don't most of those par threes have like water, right?
No.
No?
On the 8, is 8? No, not
Well,
8.
there's one on the back nine. It's got the wire kind
Yeah,
of cuts
it's-
across
yeah,
it.
across
in front
it.
of Yeah.
I just
It's
like
not 6. What was it? 17's that par 3. The water's not really in play. Watched a good friend of mine make a triple there, but it's on the back. I think it's where's that par 3? It's 14 with the water that goes right across it. That's
Yeah.
a cool green.
Okay.
What about, what's your thoughts?
I like it. I think it's more traditional course. The first time we went down to Georgia, we actually drove up the East Coast. So we stopped at Pinehurst. We stopped at here. We were talking earlier off the air. Went through the old clubhouse, and there's just so much tradition there, and there's a lot of history there. Trophies and that inside these trophy cases inside the walls, and there's a lot of it was like old, the old joke, old rich mahogany.
Yeah.
And it's just really cool walking through a building like that. You can just tell that there's a lot of stories there, a lot of history. So I like that. I know the clubhouse is new now. I think we figured it out that you were there at the new one.
Yep.
But I just like that whole area of the country.
Oh, me too. Big Golden Head fan.
Yeah. So I definitely want to get back down there. I have not played there yet. I've played a couple places around it. So, but yeah, going into the week though, I kind of I'm thinking Matt Kuchar.
He's been pretty solid lately.
Kind of nibbling at it. Maybe this is where he tries to get over the hump.
Yeah, he's an RBC guy too.
Harry Higgs, you guys digging the buttons unbuttoned this week or what?
I'm a big fan of Harry.
Yeah.
I'm going DJ this week. He's got to bounce back a little bit
He's
at some
one of them.
point. He's had success here. He's an RBC guy too. Used to be. I don't think he still is, but I'm going DJ.
Okay.
Is Luke Donald in the field?
I mean, he does. This is the only golf course he plays well.
I think it's like a Kisner or a Luke Donald kind of week.
Wow. What about
Kisner has a lot of success. here,
Jason
too.
Duffner? Is he making it?
Jason
Duffner would be a good one
pretty
in
good
this.
success here too. Kisner's switching up putters. He's going to the arm lock
Really?
this week.
To what?
Yeah, Kisner's switching to an arm lock this week. He's practicing on the practice green with it.
So this is
Or just stick with Will Zalatoris. I mean, he's had a hot.
well, this is his, this is a shot. You might as well strike while the iron's hot.
Exactly.
Get your tour status and lock up some other invites to bigger events. It'd be cool if he could make his way through the rest of this year and try to get into the tour championship. I think that'd be a really cool story. 18 months ago, no status.
24th in the world now. Is that what he's up to?
Hey,
It might be ahead of that now. with the
they're
Masters
trying to
playing.
talk about like his status on tour is all iffy too. It's all
Really?
weird. Yeah, it's weird.
But then they were talking this morning or last night about like Stricker should be on his radar for Ryder Cup, and it's like what?
Well, he would one of those last minute captain picks get a hot hand in the game. I get that kind of. I mean, he held the Masters pressure really well. So if he does something like that again in the U.S. Open, and that how you not, or some of these other events like.
But he might be in the, I don't know what the numbers are for the Ryder Cup today, anyways. But I think it's 8, and then you get 4 captains picks.
Yeah, and he won't be in the 8.
He probably will be in the 8.
Zalatoris won't be in the 8.
He's
Not
24th in
now.
the world.
Not now.
I don't know what he.
Yeah, you'd have to look into that. But this course was designed by Pete Dye,
Yep.
and it's 36, 35 par 71. The pros will be playing it at 7121 yards, and the snap meter right now is at 11.5 according to my GCSA fact sheet. So
Seems a little slow.
yeah, a little bit maybe for them, but
There's that course. It gets a little snug in some spots.
well, here you go. They got a golf course superintendent, Joel. I know you like this part, and he's got 3 assistants, 1 equipment manager, and 52 employees for this tournament. Not too shabby, huh? Trim back the Spanish moss hanging off the trees, maybe, I don't know. But they'll
Wow.
have that place in pretty good shape, I bet. And like I said, they overseeded, so they'll be playing in this.
So were those like your guys' legit picks that you just made?
Why?
I'm just asking because I'm going through the Tee sheet.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Matt Kuchar.
So you haven't made a pick yet? Is that what yeah, I'm going DJ.
Pappy is Cooch.
He's going to rebound. I'm a big DJ fan.
Michael is DJ. Joel.
On some of those holes, you can hit the fairway and still not have a good shot in some of those greens.
McDonald is in the field, FYI. I'm going to go with the another one that's had success here is Stuart Sink, right?
Stewie Sink.
Oh, man.
I mean, potentially.
Jim Furyk's playing, finally.
He's an RBC guy.
Charlie House playing, too.
Kyle Morikawa, Berger, Terrell Hatton.
Morikawa at the Masters, I thought was a little disappointing, too. I was
Not gonna
expecting
do
him.
Paul Casey, huh? Tommy Fleetwood maybe gets the W.
Keep it rolling with Casey.
Sergio Garcia. What about Brian Harman?
Serge.
Brian Harmon's going to go at it.
People bust Brian Harmon's balls because he looks like he's like...
He looks 12 with a hat, and he looks like 68 without the hat.
I'm going to go with
baggy-ass pants on, too, you know?
I'm going to go with...
Well, maybe he doesn't, you think he's sponsored by Kids Gap?
I don't know.
It's the way you get pants to fit.
I'm going to go with Fleetwood, and hopefully Nike puts him with some nice shirts this week as opposed to the one he wore for his hole-in-one at the 16th.
Yeah, that was weird, wasn't it? It was like a glacier, I don't know.
Tony Finau compared it to an old beat-up tennis ball.
Aside from ruining his ankle, that might be the greatest thing he's known for, Finau. Coming up with that liner.
I'm going to go with Fleetwood.
Throwing Tommy Fleetwood. Okay.
Excellent ball striker.
I like watching him.
He used to be a Nike Iron guy. Big Fleetwood fan.
Yep.
Nike Irons. Pappy, you ever own any?
How about
I did not.
How about Jay Rose playing the MP20s, huh?
Yeah, and the M1 driver.
Yes.
Had the M1 driver. No, I had a Nike Covert.
Oh, yeah.
Goodness.
Cracked across the top, sent it to them at the oven. They sent it back to me and said it wasn't cracked during normal use. I actually cracked it at an event down at Curtis Creek, and on like the third hole of my round, so couldn't use it the rest of the day. Sent it down to them, and that was they actually sent it back to me broke.
With a note?
And they're like, I was like, hey, it's not fixed. And they're like, yeah, we know it wasn't broke during normal use. You must have hit something. I'm like, it's on the top of the club. There's no dent. There's no scratch. What did I hit?
I've dented some clubs.
And they're out of business. Shocking. Crazy.
He's made some great irons, though, but I've dented some clubs on the face.
On the face? Yeah, I'm sure.
A high toe ball.
You dented a club with a high toe ball?
A TaylorMade driver.
Mm-hmm.
And a TaylorMade, which I still can't hit a 3-wood to save my life since that club got dented. Both dented right in the top corner where you're not supposed to hit it, but out on the toe. Dent.
So it was a solid toe hit.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
What the 3-wood was one of my favorite clubs.
Yeah. So here we've been pretty lucky with I would say closer to normal spring. Michael, have you been out? Have you been playing good? What's going on with your golf game right now?
I have one round since our Naples trip the first week of January, which this round was also in Naples on spring break. I haven't played in Indiana yet this year. No.
Wow.
Had a solid round in Naples, though.
And oh yeah, and how'd you play? What'd you shoot?
76, bogeyed the last 4.
What is your handicap?
Lit up a stove, started chit-chatting with the guys, a couple drinks.
Talking about the course.
Went at a couple pins where I wasn't really paying attention to the green layout, and short-sided myself and whatever. And then 17 there, played into the wind that day, played about 2
bills plus.
I think it was close to 220 that day. And I got a huge gap in my bag because I carry all those wedges. Remember that?
Yeah. 5 of them, huh?
So I had to choose. Yeah, I do. I had to choose between
260 or a 210 club.
nutting up on a 4-iron or trying to hit a soft cutter hybrid in there.
Nice. You didn't go with the buttercut?
I went with the buttercut and just hit a dead straight ball left.
Ooh.
Yep. Couldn't get it up and down. Tough pin, but you guys, Pappy, you know Lockitch. Lockitch gets up and down from fucking no man's land. He hits driver, pin high to the right in the mulch.
Oh, that's downhill from there. All downhill.
Gets a little zipper out of the pine needles and makes a par.
PPPY right there.
Yeah.
That's what players do.
Yeah.
They make things happen.
What about you guys? Got that going for you.
Nice.
Pappy, we know you've got a couple rounds.
I do. I played last Saturday. I'm pretty happy with what my game's at for this time of year. Absolutely. Don't have my distance yet for sure.
So when
I'm about a club and a half down right now. So I don't know if it's the weather or what.
So when we log our first round together, which I hope is coming up soon,
Yes.
um,
What are you telling me?
are we going strokes based off of what the index says, or based off of how you've been playing? Because you've been lighting it up.
Me lighting up. What's your handicap?
We'll have to look it up.
Uh-huh.
I think it's a 4, 5.
Okay.
Yours?
Yeah.
No, it's got to be done by like a 2.5.
Oh, yeah.
He might not look it up.
We'll do it. 2.5. Okay, we'll call it a 2, and I'm a 6, so we'll go
You're
for
not
it.
a 6.
I am. I keep a legit handicap.
Me too, but
Yeah.
I do. All scores, even those 90s and
90s.
that low 90 at, what did we play last day?
Yeah, corkscrew.
Oh, corkscrew.
Oh, yep.
Corkscrew, I'll do it to you.
That one will get you right before you get back on the plane. To
Really make fun of
It
quick
kicks
game.
your ass.
3.2, so if
Yes,
we're going to
go
the
to the-
tips, that's rounded up to like that's 3 more strokes from the tips anyway.
What are you?
3.2.
Oh, my goodness. We'll be getting a lot of strokes for a league. That'll be nice.
So
Popping off on me.
my next question is, Mr. Joel, we are about a month away from
Yeah.
your big tournament you told us about a couple weeks ago. So can you please give us, where you're at, what you'll be practicing in a couple weeks, and your thoughts on the upcoming tournament? I told you I'd ask for a recap,
Update.
and we're going to need another one in 2 weeks.
So
how's it going?
So I would say before a couple of weeks ago, I was really like questioning like where my game was. And then last week I played 18 holes, and then I played 12 holes that Monday. And I'd found some stuff out. I went back to some old, not old, but I went back to my regular set of irons that I had used prior up until the previous.
Which is a Mizuno product?
Yeah. Well, I had 2 set of Mizuno products.
Yeah, but you were trying to hit the old ones, right? The 90s?
I was playing 919 tours.
You and Brooksy?
From last fall until just recently. And I went back to my MP18 blades, and I really found some stuff out, and it was hitting them a lot better than what I was with the 919 tours. So still trying to figure out driver right now. Again, 2 weeks ago, I feel like I figured some stuff out. I was getting a little too far inside with my swing, which my tendency is a snap hook off the tee typically. So
Dread snap hook.
yep. Typically, first driver of the day, you can normally guarantee it's more likely going to be a snap hook, just trying to figure out, not taking it too far inside, not coming over the top of it. But I feel like 2 weeks ago, I had it figured out pretty good, on some swing thoughts. And the new wedges that I got and put in the bag, they've been great.
Vinegar or no vinegar?
No vinegar, but they're,
Okay.
they're rusting.
Okay.
So they're the raw finish.
I'm trying to get in caddy shape. Been working on that a little bit.
Yeah.
Been doing some toning exercises, not agility, but more or less just cardio stuff with core exercises and things like that.
We'll be competing caddies that day, won't we, Pappy?
Are you officially on the bag?
I'm officially on the bag.
For sure? Joel, can we confirm that this week?
That is confirmed.
So on the bag will be Michael Hanger.
You got it.
There was kind of a tryout,
Oh, there was?
Not according to the text, but this is news to me.
No. There's going to be a tryout. This is going to be like, we're going to have like the tennis ball shooting at him.
We're going with the Sunday bag, though. I'll tell you that.
It's going to be like Wayne's World 2 when they're getting the stage help and they're shooting tennis balls.
For the US Open qualifier, I'm only going to have 6 clubs in my bag.
Yeah.
with the Sunday.
Oh, man. So we'll have a training session for you Saturday morning at the club, Michael. We'll be there at 6 a.m. You ready?
This Saturday?
Yeah.
I got work to do.
You're going to have to run across the pond on 8.
But I'd like to get more play in, but it just unfortunately timing wise and other stuff hasn't been able to work out to get some more practice in and just feels more.
Get your feels going.
Yeah.
We have had great weather, though, this spring for people to play golf.
Weather's been great.
It's been good. And for superintendents to get coursework done, it's been great.
Well, not really. There's so many golfers. Everybody's still working from
Everybody's
home.
in the way.
But no, growing degree days right now is off the charts. This is, like I said, it's back to almost like a normal spring, and you'll you'll see some courses in some really good shape this year, in the beginning at least, because they're going to be able to heal in and grow from the last couple of years.
You are caddying in that also, correct?
Yeah, I don't have permission to tell you the name on air just yet. Once
right.
I get that cleared, I will. But yeah, first name Phil, last name Mickelson. No, but
That's cool.
Yeah.
How do you get paired together?
Are you going to wear the shades, the same shades he wears?
absolutely not. Absolutely not. They are so annoying. I don't know if he's having like a second midlife crisis, and someone tried to tell me they were prescription, and then he threw him off in the second round or third round. I threw him off.
Yeah.
I get pretty excited when he's
I
got
think
the
they're-
turbos with the supposed coffee in it. He's got the shades.
Phil's Super Coffee?
Yeah.
I think they're
The
too
super
dark to
coffee
be
cleanse that he
prescription.
tells everybody about.
Yeah, he only drinks for like a week straight when he's fasting and losing all the weight.
Speaking of superintendents, look at the screen right now. That's supposed to be a half and half cut. I think we got to go back and figure out some math.
Somebody's.
I do want to.
So they started on one side, right? Is that why it's displaced?
I do want to bring this question up.
Yep.
Because this is a method that we use at the Ush with the half and half cut.
Allegedly.
And what is the reasoning behind that? Are you trying to make it to where if somebody is on one side, they're obviously into the green, so it's going to be potentially a more difficult shot? Is that your mindset behind why you do that?
No.
Okay. Is it better for the turf? Is it not better, or is it just preference?
Okay, so one, I think I like the look of it. Because more to me, it's more of a traditional setup at like a British Open or a U.S. Open.
You just don't like the stripes.
Well, that's not true. If you want to say like 2000, the U.S. Open Tiger won at Pebble Beach, that was probably the best striped course I've ever seen. When they do the heads there, especially at the beginning of the week before it gets dried out, I think that was like spot on. Two things why I like it. I like the look of it, but maintenance-wise, it more efficient.
Yeah, it's less practice, right?
Way more efficient. Plus, you're doing, believe it or not, if you're doing like an angle back and forth, you have that many more times you're turning your machine in your rough, but you're also more
Tires.
well, your tires and your turn, but you're also making the machine lift up. So hydraulically, you're driving more your switches and all that. Now, probably, the high-end places is not that big of a deal. And it's not a big deal at our place either. I just like the look out of it. And I don't know, I think over the years as the grass has matured more with what we're doing with some other stuff, I think it just pops better.
Yeah, I like the look of it too, to be honest with you.
I think it helps me too, like aiming.
Yeah.
Like number one, right? Number one, I'm trying to hit a draw. So I aim it up the right color, whether it's the shiny, the way we cut it that year. Is it the shiny green or is it the darker green?
So that's a yearly rotation?
We have been doing that. I think I'm going to keep it the way we have it right now, just because we've been doing aggressive verticutting.
Yeah.
So like, if you get into it where you can't mow the grass the same way every time, compaction and grain and all that. If you're doing your cultural practices, I don't see an issue.
So
Do you see an issue out there?
I think it looks
I
fantastic.
think our fairways right now are pretty solid.
Our
The
golf course-
last 3 years, the fairways have gotten.
Our golf course is incredible.
and the last
Our course superintendent.
we got that rain on set. We got rain too last week, and it's greened up like it looks. It looks amazing, just like our yards have. I mean, they look great. I just can't wait to play out there. The other thing too is Michael won't know this. So playing the first time 2 weeks ago on Saturday or Sunday, I noticed. Obviously, we did a beautification project, and we haven't been able to talk about it on the show. But so we added like 600 some odd shrubs, trees, plants to the course, just a little less. And some of the holes at the Ush are going to be tight.
Which is how it should be. It's traditional golf course. We want it snug, right?
The open area on the right of number one, that's down at the bottom of the fairway, down at the bottom of the hill. There's like 6 new trees that have been planted down there. So that hole, just hit it and punch it back out, is not going to be there anymore. On the left side of that fairway even, there's 4 new trees along the left rough line.
Haven't seen them yet.
That come out even further. So once those trees mature in the next 5 to 10 years,
10, probably 10 to 12.
it's going to be tight.
Our golf course,
I'm excited.
I would take our golf course in the last several years. Honestly, I'm not just trying to make your head big. We talked about this pre-show. You've been there 6 years. Our golf course, I would take it over any golf course in the area. Condition, looks right, just because it's amazing.
Lafferty.
I appreciate that, but the thing about the tree replacement program and why it's awesome that the club committed to this was the beautification. We're adding probably like 20 different plant species right now, and the thinking and theory behind that was to add splashes of color to different parts of the course, so it's just not this flower bed right here every year that's been the same way for 50 years. Mm-hmm. That was number one. But number two is also to replace. We, like everybody else in this area, lost a tremendous amount of trees, the ash trees, to the emerald ash borer, and we stopped counting. We were over 200 trees in the first 5 years we were here.
Yeah.
Just due to that. Not any, other trees and limbing and whatnot. So, we had to bring back the traditional feel, and we've incorporated that with our plantings, and we're about 70% planted right now. So we still, we got 30% more to go to get in the ground here in the next week or two, and
But
I think it's just a start. I don't think we've accomplished this plan. I think now it's a great base to work off of, along with all the other mature trees that have been there the 90 plus years the course has been there. And we can just keep adding to it now rather than a big, we got to plant 500 something.
And ultimately, too, trees do reach a lifespan. They don't live absolutely forever.
Yeah, we lost a grove on the right side of number 4, which has been replanted now. We're going to finish cleaning that area up hopefully in the next couple of days. But those were fruit flowering trees, 20, 25-year lifespan. Well, they were there.
Yep. Yeah. They actually shanked a ball into those ones.
Yeah, I've seen it. But the actual other thing too is, just to give you an example for you, since you haven't
Shanklin, as we call it,
haven't been able to play Franklin.
His name's Dave Shanklin? I didn't know that.
But hole 16, the right side, where everybody uses that as a bailout, there's like 4 or 5 new trees there now.
No, there's more, because we added a bunch to the mounding in between 16 and 18. So that was the one thing. You guys had talked about
make that hole a lot tougher.
Well, you guys had talked about it on air, and I never thought of bomb it down 18.
I've thought about it.
I don't say that.
And so when it was brought up to me when we were putting the plan together, I drove out there and I'm like, this is freaking genius. The green's wide open. It's more inviting looking. The ridge is not really cutting across the green. It's more behind you.
Comes more into play?
Not from 18 fairway.
I find the wind to be the issue over there, though.
I can't wait till that. I can't wait till that bunker's done.
I don't put it over there.
I'm telling you right now.
I don't know if I
redo that bunker.
Oh, because he's blowing his shit about that.
Every single day.
No,
I'm in bed one night, 9:45, picture from 5 o'clock in the morning.
And if I am in that bunker, I get a free drop.
I've known people to.
I'm only going to fix the bunker. I'm going to dig it out. I'm going to put a sump pump in there. It's going to be as deep as your basement.
That's funny. There'll be water standing in it because it's so deep.
No, I know sump pump.
I know people that aim over there on 18 and play it over there, but it just
names.
No,
I'm kidding.
But my thought process is I'm just going to aim at the right fairway bunker on 16, the right edge. If it goes straight, it's going to be over that bunker no matter what. If it stays right, it's going to be fine.
What club are you hitting?
But now it's not going to be because there's like 10 new trees over there.
At least.
What club are you hitting?
Normally I hit a hybrid or a 3-wood.
From back
The
tees?
whites or the backs?
You're not hitting that from the white tees.
From the white tees, it's normally a 5 iron or 4 iron.
All right.
From
5
the-
iron, huh?
From the
Stiff carry.
From the tips, it's usually a 3-wood.
What are you hitting?
Yeah, from the tips, I'm right into that. I'll like to just hit a hard draw with my 5-wood off of that bunker and then let it release to inside, the 150.
Yeah.
So I'll be right around that 120 range. But the other day,
we got to get you guys checked. Pumping 5 woods. That's a...
Well, what? It sounds like we're hitting into an 80-mile-an-hour wind.
No.
So
like 17.
But now I'm mad because I never thought of playing it over there to 18. And
How are you going to stop that, though?
well, we're going to stop it now with... There's
I know
16 to 20 trees.
No, I know what you're talking about now. You're talking about in that long grass.
You're talking about people hitting that in the fairway?
Wait, what?
You're talking about in the right tall grass.
Internal out of bounds.
If I'm on 16, they were hitting it straight down 18 fairway.
Right. But
Right.
you're talking about to stop that, we put trees in that grass area as well.
Right. Yeah.
That's what you're talking about to stop that.
Well, there, but also if I'm over there in that fairway, we've added all those
Trying to
trees
move it
on
over.
the hills and that. So
Okay.
when they are
I haven't
growing
seen
10,
those.
15 years down the road, they're going to be that much taller because they're on the side of a hill, so we gain 3-4 feet on
I
it.
haven't saw those yet.
If guys are going to hit it into that fairway over there, from an amateur status, there's many guys that are
Just
not
gonna put it in the
gonna-
water and go to the drop
Yeah.
zone, so.
Yeah, in their second shot from the fairway, because you're getting back to a number that most guys are going to kind of struggle with.
Because I've known many people in member guests and horse races that just basically intentionally will just know that they're going to hit it or lay up on that hole.
So they're going to hit 2 and then hit the third shot up?
Yeah.
Really?
They lay up because they know they're getting the pop, so they can
Okay.
make bogey for par.
I love when guys have to make a decision because they hit a shit ball off of that tee, and they got to think, okay, am I going to
About laying up on it.
am I going to try to go for this par 4, or am I going to lay up? I love it.
Happens all the time.
Really bad spot
You got
off
my
the
viewers
tee.
turning how to make this thing even tougher now.
Really bad spot off the tee, and you got to be thinking, okay, I got probably a little bit of crosswind usually, right? It's either north or south.
We probably can't touch this
And
one.
what's the carry from, they got a 170, 175 plus shot. I mean, some guys gets to like 190, they're laying up right to the end of the fairway.
Do we got any trees that like swamp area?
I don't think there needs any trees
Swamp
at
oaks?
all. You know how guys' assholes would really clamor up? Is if it was actually just water showing
know,
instead
that'd
of
be-
like cattails and stuff.
That'd be cool.
Guys would really fucking clam up.
That's what you want?
I think that would be great.
Done.
Here we go. I love it.
Done. Here's the GoFundMe.
I love it.
The exit pipe, we just cut it off, put a 90 up. No more candy spray, but just straight PVC and
just let it go.
No, just turn the irrigation on and fill it up. We're done.
Yeah,
Oh, we'll make it splash-tastic over there.
that'd be good.
I think the water would make it look pretty too.
Yeah,
It would look
it would
awesome.
definitely look better.
Yeah. No, I mean, it would look awesome. But guys, people see water and they're just shrink right up.
Yeah, it would get tough. It feels like a tough shot now coming from the fairway from 150 yards or so for people that are backed up.
So that'll be the second toughest approach out there in about 10 days.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
With the water?
Yeah. Well, no, just in general, if it stays the way it is, because when we open up the new green on 13,
Yeah.
I think that'll become the toughest.
You know what else gets tricky on that hole, though, is when we get to middle of summer, late summer, when it gets hard as a rock,
Yep.
and you got to think about
Roll out.
getting it too far. You're
Yep, you
either
gotta
in a
think
really
about-
bad spot or you're into the shit.
You got to think about roll out on the tee shot
Yeah.
and then the approach on the green one.
And then there's that pot pond.
That pot pond, yeah. That nice little pot pond that's got a sump pump.
Some really good fishing in that thing, let me tell you.
But no, I just want to get in some talk about the Ush and what we got going on.
Looks beautiful.
For sure. Well, okay, so we got a week of weather. We're going to get out. I think we can share it with the people listening now. We've kind of rigged up a camera for our on-cart, correct?
Yep.
So we're going to be sharing more stuff on social media and that of us out on the golf course playing. We have men's league is starting at Ushi a couple weeks now, earlier than normal. It's next Thursday, so that's
Yep.
pretty exciting, and we'll have footage from that. But we would like more participation from everybody that's listening and followers on the Gram and Facebook and
Get it all for the gram.
subscribers on our YouTube channel.
According to my daughter.
If we could get some more on that, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for you guys to participate and make this a little bit more fun. But the week ahead of us for golf, what are you guys going to be working on? What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to this weekend. We have our opening event at the club, Shamble, ABCD, so I'll be participating in that.
I want to try and get out and at Lakes of the Four Seasons, they're doing a 3-club challenge, 2-man 3-club challenge. So I'm going to check in with those guys and have a little report for you guys next week and see how that goes.
Those are
It
fun.
sounds interesting. I've never played in one.
Which clubs would you select?
I've never played one. So like one guy was like, is it a real 3-club or is it a modified? I guess the modified you get to have your putter and that doesn't
Putter
count.
doesn't count.
So this is a real deal one. So I would probably go with I'd probably go with my 58 and just use that as my putter.
Good move.
And then I'd probably go with like a 7-iron.
Maybe I'm going to go with the Trent Trump 6-iron.
No.
He brings it up every time he has the opportunity.
Yes, he actually stopped me Saturday morning, and I was like, yeah, he wasn't bringing that up.
He does hit a solid 6-iron.
He does.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe like 3-wood,
7-iron.
7-iron, 58.
Okay.
What would you do?
I would probably go 6 or 7 iron, and probably my 3-wood because it goes almost just as far as my driver sometimes, it seems. And then probably 54.
Okay.
Don't have a 3-wood.
I kind of like the 54 idea. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to do 54, maybe even an 8.
So I would
Just get a
go,
little more long.
I was going to say 8 would be my club because you can get a little more crafty in some of those shorter areas, but it would probably be hybrid 8, and then a 54 I think is a good call.
I guess I'm not thinking about the
56, maybe 54, 56.
approach shots in the holes. So yeah, probably an 8 out there. I would say 7 or 6 at the Ush because our
I'd get really crafty with a hybrid though.
3 of the par 3s, you're going to need that kind of 6 or 7 coming in at the Ush on at least 14, 2.
I can choke down on the hybrid, his little bump and run.
Yeah.
So you're going hybrid 8 wedge, one of your 5 wedges. How do you pick one? Do the rest of them get jealous and mad with you?
Probably. I'd have a really hard time choosing between 54 and 6. But
Man.
Well, that's interesting. Can't wait to
anyway,
do
you
that.
asked. I hope to play golf out at the Uke here soon, which will be nice if I get around next week or so.
Yeah, I know. Just checking in, Saturday's event looks pretty crowded, so get signed up now. It's going to be pretty well attended event.
That's a well attended and well drank event. Typically, guys are ready to.
Most of them are well drank.
Yeah.
Whether it's this club or
ready
any
to
other
cut
club.
loose. I've had some doozies there.
Yeah.
Whole 18 legends, or whole 19 legends, right?
You know how those.
Yeah, what did you say the other day? Club champions get remembered, but 19th hole legends never die.
Yeah,
That's going to be one of our first T-shirts.
that's on a T-shirt.
Yep.
Done.
Copyrighted it verbally. Boom.
Yeah.
But I got one question here before we wrap up, just like on my personal game. So been playing pretty decent. I'm happy, especially for this part of the season being this early.
That's a T-shirt. Pat is happy.
That sounds like a strip club thing, but anyways. Pappy's tassels, I don't know, whatever. My question is, have you ever been, like, statistically, I'm putting pretty good, but it still just doesn't feel like, so I got this Seymour putter, and, like, when you look at it sometimes down on it, it looks like a big I-beam looking back at me. It doesn't look like as smooth as a Cameron or...
The red dot, you got to get it behind this.
Yeah, you hide the red dot, and I like that. I like the putter just because my putting was just so awful at one point last year. I had already been through like 6 putters, the rotating putters, and so I just bought one online because,
You got rid of the Spider already?
No, they're still in my basement. I got, which one? The black
You
one?
can't
the white
buy.
one?
Who buys a putter and gets rid of one ever? I mean, you can't get rid of a putter, right?
I got rid of about three Odysseys and a couple 2-balls. I just looked at them and said, I'll never do the 2-ball again. I would just go back to a Spider for that bigger mallet feel. So
what's your issue?
what would you
Putting
do?
great, but you're not making anything. Is that right?
No, some days I make it. I don't know. I just don't like looking down at it.
What I find tough about putting and putters in general
At night with the dean's daughter.
is
Night putting.
that I find myself putting one day and I have 28 or 30 putts in a round, and I'm just like, I feel like I can do that with almost any putter. Does that make sense?
Must be nice.
I mean, Ian Poulter thinks you should be able to.
And then there's a round where you have like 24 to 26 putts, and you're like, why can't I do that almost every time?
If I had 24 putts in a round, I would be fucking unbeatable.
Well, 24 to 26 putts.
I'm over here doing my stats.
I'm like
34. 34 is my average.
Yeah, 30 to 31 is like usually mine. But on those days, you're like 2-putting everything.
I'm not sure I've ever had 24 putts in a round.
It kind of just sucks. 24 putts, you're not maybe.
Oh, we're talking about.
Maybe you're not hitting many greens and you're getting up and down regularly, so that helps that statistic out.
You're playing like a Curtis Creek.
Yeah,
That does help.
I mean, on a normal round at Yuki, how many greens are you hitting?
I hit a fair amount of greens. Yeah.
My last couple rounds, I've shot good, and then I like think about my round. I'm like, oh my god, I just hit 2 greens out of 18 holes. How's it even possible?
But I also score, sometimes scrambling, I'm like, score just as good as if I hit greens.
Yeah.
That's where I find like when younger years I was like really good at scrambling and I had fewer putts obviously. Nowadays I find myself hitting a lot more greens, but I now have averaging 2 putts.
I had a round.
So I feel like I'm putting worse, but I'm really
not.
not.
I had a round in the club championship several years ago where I was in 11 greenside bunkers and shot 73.
I saw you make an 8 on 4.
That was next day. Michael's out of
For the
it.
listeners, that's 5 over on that hole.
That's next day. Michael's out of
Might have
it.
been a 7.
It was a 7. That was day 2.
Okay, it was a quad.
That was day 2. I'm out of it. Actually, I thought I was still in it until I put 2 OB on 12, but
Did you turn around and go right back to the halfway house?
I should
Get a
have.
nice cocktail?
But my problem with clubs is always
Tinkering?
always tinkering and never just riding it out.
All right,
And I feel like I'm at that point.
That's my question.
I feel like I'm at that point in my bag where just play with what you got and just ride it. And see how long it goes.
Riding?
It won't happen, but just like drivers, I'm doing the same.
Here's the thing. Here's the putter thing. So I think I know exactly what the problem is, and the solution is that you have to find the right Scotty Cameron, essentially. And I say that because I putt really well with this ping putter that I have, but it's not a Scotty, so I don't putt with it. I prefer to have a Scotty. So even though I make a lot of putts with the ping putter, I don't use it. You putt well with the Seymour, but it's just not enough. So you're looking for something that's Scotty or equivalent. Bettinardi, you're a big Bettinardi guy. Find a putter that's similar to Bettinardi. You'd be happy. Happy?
Yeah, no, I don't know if I would, but I think it just feels like straight back, straight through. You know, when you're looking at that I-beam of a Seymour, it just feels like it's taking the shot making out of it. But I'll tell you one thing, I'm not yipping or missing the short ones like I normally do. So maybe it's just something in my head I got to get over and just, like you said, ride it out. That's the part I'm
That's
at.
a tough part.
I think I just
Franklin
need to
has one of those.
say, I don't need to be a putter guy anymore. The Seymour's in the bag for the next 20 years and just
I know.
Really?
live with it. That's what I think I have to just tell myself.
I'm
Instead of always going back to the, just going back and buying,
well, not
recycling.
buying, just going and
Yeah.
reusing. Oh, I had
Right.
good feelings with this putter.
Right.
You know, the putter that I use now, I've used it for what, 3 years, 2 years? $70 used Scotty
Before you're using
Cameron
that
from
frog
what?
putter,
The what?
the frog putter,
The blue?
Yeah.
Happy?
happy putter. That's what it was.
I used that one time. I had 44 putts at Whitehawk in the
one
you qualified.
You know what we're talking about? The one you could switch
shot
from
like-
left-handed to right-handed.
You had 44 putts in a round?
I think it was 44. I had like a lot of 4 putts.
Holy shit!
I hit almost every green. I shot low 80s. I'm not kidding. Mike Liming actually
You were 8 over in putting. You're supposed to be at 36 putts, right?
caddy for me.
Oh, man.
I had a lot of putts.
Man.
Ball striking was phenomenal. A lot of putts.
But I'm at the same point too on driver, putter.
Let's bring our putters in next week. Let's get a look at these things. These Seymours are
Just
boring
one
to me.
or just like I'll bring in like
No, the
3?
putter you're playing with.
All right, and then I'll bring 2 of the other ones I kind of want to put back in the bag. I'll bring 3.
Those are the
We'll have like a therapy session next week.
There's a room over there that has like 8 putters.
They're
in it.
pretty crappy though.
No, yeah, there's like 2 Skies that us are.
Junk. One's
Well,
got
the one's that pink putter I'm talking about. Maybe you should use that.
No, I have an old ping cut down to 30 inches. Or
30 inches?
31, so that's the thing. You got to go for a putter.
Are you Garrison? Are you Michelle Wee in it? 190 degrees?
No, you got to remember though, I have a wingspan of like 6'3". You know what I mean? So like my arms hang low.
Okay.
Plus, I mean, not to get too weird, but yeah, that's not the only thing. But plus, I have a really messed up torso. I have a really short torso. Just I'm a very oddly shaped man, but so yeah, my arms hang low. So you're not supposed to have a 35, 34 inch putt.
Right.
Mine's 34.
Yeah.
34, 35 from
Tell you, go for a putter fitting, and they go to you and they're like, hey, you're at a 34. Yeah, you need to be at 31 and a half. You're like, wait a minute, what? And then they cut it down, they put a grip on it. You're like, that's a kid's toy. I started putting unbelievable because it makes you over the ball. And then from there, I went with the Seymour because I didn't want to cut down a Scotty. I didn't want to cut down a Bettinardi. But I'm believing in it because you do see results. And like
You're believing in it, but you're not believing in it.
Yeah,
That's what I'm kinda
it just
hearing
doesn't
so
look.
far.
I don't know. It just doesn't.
I love the putter that I have. I would never go away from it.
I wouldn't either if I had 44 putts with the putter before.
I don't even put a head cover on it. Not this putter. Not this putter. That's before I went cross-handed.
Over.
That's before I went cross-handed.
Now you're cross-handed too?
For 4 years now. 5 years.
Wow. Okay.
But
Left hand.
so I can only bring in one putter that I'm using plus 2 others, or
He made the toilet rule. I don't give a shit. I'm bringing one
I
putter.
mean, there's 20 some odd putters.
I don't even
Oh,
put
yeah, no, max is 3 per person.
head cover. Head cover
You gotta
comes
bring,
off.
gotta bring in your main squeeze putter and 2 of your ones you like to flirt with.
It's really 2 others, but
I have one putter I'd love to use, but Joe won't give it back.
get out of town.
Well, you made a bad trade. Live with it.
I didn't make a trade. He just took it.
Oh.
I bring it in the office. Next thing you know, it's gone.
We'll talk about that next week. We'll figure it out. But let's wrap this one up. It was a lot of fun as usual. Appreciate you guys letting me sit here and complain about putting with you. It's always fun to me.
Hopefully next week we'll have some swings.
And some footage for sure. I think we're going to try to get out maybe Friday afternoon and play 9 holes or something, maybe more. We'll figure it out. But everybody have a great weekend. Get out, play some golf, slam your clubs in your trunk, and we'll hear from you this week, and we'll talk to you guys next week again.
Bye.
Thanks.